So this is 12.6, constructing a formula. And this is what we do to try and form the term. So if we're given a sentence or a couple of lines about something in context, then we need to try and figure out what a formula is. So the first example is a box containing 60 biscuits shared amongst the class. Write down a formula for the number of biscuits each child gets. Now if we had 60 biscuits, as we do have, and we had a class size of 10, what we would do is we divide 60 by 10 and we would know that each child gets 6 biscuits. If there were 15 in the class, we would do 60 divided by 15, and that would give us that each child gets 4. But in this example we don't know the number of pupils, so what we can do is let the children equal C, so that's just a way to represent the number of children. So what we'll be doing is 60 divided by C, the same way that we did with the 10 and the 15, would give us the number of biscuits. Let's call that B for biscuits. And that's that example. Now the other way we could write that is B is equal 60 over C. And the way we do that is, if you remember a fraction, the line separating the numerator and the denominator just means divide, and that's a slightly more algebraic method in the way that we write that formula down. Example 2, we have a perimeter of a square, and the 4 sides are all W, because square all the sides are equal. And the perimeter is the whole distance around. So what we would do if this was 3 centimeters, for instance, we'd be doing 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which we know is 12. But we could also have written that as 4 lots of 3, so 4 times 3. But in this case, we've got it in terms of W, so it's W plus W plus W plus W. And we can combine those together to give 4W. Now it's not W to the power of 4, that would be if they were multiplying together, but because they're adding here, it's 4W. The third example was all about sweets. A packet of Haribo costs X pence in a shop. If I buy N packets, what's the total cost? Now, Haribo at the minute are probably, I don't know, let's say they're £1.25. So if I bought 3 bags, I'd be multiplying that by 3, and I would get £3.75. If I wanted to buy 5 bags, and they weren't on offer, I'd do £1.25 times by 5, and that would be £6.25. So the way that we work out the total cost, which we'll call C, is the price, which is X, and it's the number of packets times N. So that's the way that we're working it out, and there we have our formula for that. And a nicer way to write that is that the cost is going to equal NX. So whenever you're multiplying, you put them together, and generally speaking we put them in alphabetical order as well whenever we're dealing with algebra. Now, the next part of the question said, how much change do you get if you pay with a fiver? Now, what we know from the question is that X was measured in pence, so not in pounds. So if we've got £5, we need to change that into pence, which of course is 500 pence. And the change, well, we've spent NX in pence, whatever that is. So the change that we're going to have is going to be 500 minus NX.